Guys, today I will show you absolutely insane Lady Death setup. Maybe you have forgotten about this exotic SMG. I will gladly remind you about this bad boy. Not only you will deal insane amount of DPS, but also you're gonna survive everything and troll elite enemies like there is no tomorrow, because this barbecue chicken setup could be one of the most fun builds to use right now, because you can farm XP without breaking a sweat, you can kill enemies, complete objectives, challenges, you name it, and simply destroy everything like I mentioned before. Lady Death will give you extremely good movement speed, and that will help you to stack it extremely quickly, and 72% protection from elites will save your ass non-stop. Uncle Butcher in the building. If you're new here, hit the like, smash the top, or leave a hateful comment. It really depends on your preference. Long story short, in this one, yes, we have 72% protection from elites, which you can turn into additional crit damage buff. But I love my build with this protection because I don't have to switch anything. I can go from the missions to hero control points to convoy farm or rescue operations, doesn't matter. I can do all the tasks non-stop. But if you want to farm only missions, then, and I mean heroic missions, then I would recommend you to respect protection from elites for crit damage, because most of the time you will fight non-elite enemies, if I have to be honest with you, like 5-6 elites maybe per mission. But before we continue, quick on the sponsor, dwing.net. If you don't have enough time or good teammates but you still want to have all the best items in your game, then dwing.net is safe for you. They have absolutely amazing team on consoles. They will complete your order super quick. Everything happens through account sharing. This service has been working for many years. They have tons of customer reviews. You can check everything by yourself. But now with my promo code RBD, you will receive 15% discount on absolutely all services. If you have any questions, don't hesitate, drop a comment down below in the comment section or contact the operator. But now let's get back to this setup. Like I said, you have two ways how to use this build to fit your playstyle. If you love more like out of control run and gun playstyle, then go with protection from elites. If you love simply DPS, which in some occasions can be of course best defense, offense is the best defense, then use crit damage, and you can reach 200% crit damage with orbit buff. This exclusive pistol buff, you can get 240% crit damage. It's pretty goddamn nasty. And even without that, as you see, I have no problems whatsoever to kill bosses, elite enemies. It's super efficient build, man. For specialization though, again, we have couple choices. I'm using gunner specialization because on kill I will receive increased rate of fire, which will help me to stack obliterate a little better, and for survivability reasons I will have armor on kill. But you could go definitely with survivalist specialization. Why? Because survivalist specialization would give you additional protection from elites. Fire grenades for crowd control reasons, although foam grenades will work just fine against rogue agents, hunters, bosses, because you will stop every enemy in their footing and you will deal tons of damage. So foam grenades are actually really handy as well, but fire grenade has better radius, it will be applied on your enemies for longer, and don't forget that your medkit will heal yourself and your teammates as well. So in team scenario, maybe go with survivalist specialization. If you're lone wolf, aka solo player just like me, I think you should go with gunner specialization. Also, gunner specialization will give you banshee pulse, which is really good skill as well in PvP. You're gonna disorientate nearby enemies and it can be sometimes pretty nasty. So yeah, gunner specialization or survival specialization. One more benefit to use survival specialization is that if you will gain that additional protection from elites, you could switch my Gilligard mask, chill out named mask, for maybe second piece from Sokolov Branson. For the guns though, in this one, of course, Lady Death will be the main weapon. And the best synergy here is that we have tons of amplified weapon damage. You are killing enemies quickly, you are running around like a freak, you are stacking like the dead, boom, you have again damage buff. Pair it up with armor regen, armor on kill, increased rate of fire, and crazy DPS, and you will be just golden. And I have almost all offensive core attributes here, because we have such amount of protection from elites that we don't need actually armor. We will gain bonus armor from Memento backpack, all those trophies will give me armor, 3% armor regen, we will be just fine. So we can pair two things from both worlds, crazy protection from damage and top tier DPS. I think this is the best way how to run this build, because sometimes these suicide runners can surprise you by charging really quickly at you. If you will not pay attention, you will burn down yourself really quickly, and yeah, you're gonna die. But with this build you have room for error, it's new player friendly. Yes, protection from elite mods can be pain in the ass to find with decent rolls, but trust me, it's worth it. And once you reach like 70%, it's more than enough to survive everything. But like I said, this build is just a template. You can push this build for more DPS. Like I said, you can replace protection from elite and gain 70 plus crit damage and reach 200% crit damage. Pair it up with orbit and boom, you have 240% crit damage. If you don't want armor on kill and a rate of fire on kill, go for survival specialization. Then you can simply switch Gilligard mask and use Sokolov's mask to gain extra crit damage. But why I'm using chill out Gilligard mask? Because it will give me 2 mod slots. First of all, that's extremely good if you want to make any protection from elite setup, and second of all, I have more armor. 5% extra armor will work really well with Memento backpack, because now armor regen will be a little bit more effective, and that's the reason why I choose to go with my chill out Gilligard named mask. Yes, survivability, I love survivability. I don't love to be all the time behind the cover, so I took this setup, and as you see, I'm camping spawn points, destroying enemies. Accuracy is really good on Lady Death, stability as well, although magazine size can be small, and that's the reason why we are pushing this build with almost all offensive core attributes. If I would find the Gilligard chill out mask with crit damage, I would definitely reroll that armor for weapon damage, but my RNG is terrible. I haven't found that mask yet. Definitely I will look out for it, but even with 5 offensive core attributes, that's more than enough to take non-elite enemies really quickly without pain in the ass. For the chest piece, I'm using Sokolov chest piece with Obliterate Talent. Unfortunately, we can't use Spotter, and Glass Cannon will be way too punishing for us. And also for new players, I think Glass Cannon is a huge no-no. For the holster, I'm using Improvised holster, because improvised gear pieces will provide us with mod slot. For the backpack, I'm using Memento backpack, 3% armor regen with full stacks, bonus armor from those trophies, increased weapon damage and skill efficiency. Knee pads, improvised piece again for the mod slot, crit damage, crit chance. I have crit chance cap on this build. Gloves Sombra to gain crit damage, although you could maybe replace these gloves with Petrol's named gloves for damage to armor attribute. Shield and drone for distraction reasons. Bye.